Hi, my name is Janet and welcome to my Flosstube. So I turned 29 this year and I have a fear of being perceived by the world, but I decided not my cat's fighting. I decided it's time for me to face some of my fears and um, do this. So a quick intro about me. I'm 29 years old. I'm a Pisces. I love cats. I'm from Southern California. I live with my husband and two cats. My two cats' names are Novi and Somi, and since I was chosen by the cat distribution system, I've become quite a cat lady in the recent years. I have been cross-stitching since October of 2025, so I'm relatively new to the community, but it's become quite an obsession for me. Last year was a really tough year for me mentally and for, I'm sure, many other people, especially in the United States. I live in a neighborhood where a lot of my neighbors are immigrants, and it's one of the reasons why I love living in Southern California. The culture is so diverse, the restaurants are amazing, it's always a good time here, but since the new administration have come into office, it's been a really scary time and it's been really difficult to see a lot of my neighbors have to adjust the way that they live their life. For example, a lot of people are too afraid to go to the grocery store. I personally feel really privileged that I myself don't have to worry about my immigration status in the United States, but with the new administration coming into office, it's just been a dark time, plain and simple. I found myself doom scrolling a lot, and so to try to counter some of the negative thoughts and feelings I was feeling, I decided to pick up a hobby. I saw a video on TikTok of a girl who had cross-stitched a photo of her baby photo, and I felt really inspired to cross-stitch a photo of my husband when he was a baby. My husband is from Korea, and so most of the baby photos that he has are in Korea. So I wanted to do something special that not only helped me get a craft, but that would be a really cool gift for him. In turn, that brought me into making this cross stitch pattern. I forgot what website I used, but I'll find it. I started it on October of 2025 and I finished it in February of 2026. It has 21,300 stitches and I really love how it came out. I got it framed at Michael's and I didn't realize how expensive that was gonna be. I went to Michael's and I was like, okay, this is looking cute. Let me get this framed. Turned out to be, I believe it was $150, which I think is a lot. And that was with like a 30% discount, I think. I still love how it looks, but any tips for framing or recommendations, please send them my way. That project turned out into being a really fun project for me to practice my cross stitch technique. I was really silly and I ended up stitching white DMC on a white Aida, and I really don't know why I did that. I think it's because the pattern said put white here, so I said okay, cool. I didn't think that leaving the Aida as is was an option, but I did that. So while I was stitching that project, I found myself like wanting to find more cross stitchers. I have many wonderful friends in my life and I love them down, but I don't have any friends in my life that like to cross stitch. So I found myself searching for a community online. The first Flosstuber whose channel I stumbled upon is Nancy from Bohemian Stitchery. I love how she has over 150 WIPs and she just keeps adding more. Her personality is really cute and I kept searching for more Flosstubers. Another Flosstuber that I really enjoy is Katie from Red Stitchery. I've seen so many of her videos and because of her, I then went down a path of looking for dimension vintage patterns on eBay. So I have a few, actually I don't have any dimensions, but I have some from eBay that were inspired by watching Katie. I also love watching videos from Marjorie Maid and Ashley X Stitches. Those are just a few of the Flosstubers whose content I've really enjoyed and who inspired me to join the community. All right, now I want to get into some of the projects that I've been working on after I finished the cross stitch project of my husband. I stumbled upon Modern Folk Embroideries cross stitch patterns on Instagram and I became really enthralled by the pattern Fruits of Plenty. So this is one of my WIPs. I think she's beautiful. However, her and I have run into some problems. I think she's gorgeous, but so when I first started stitching her, I decided to do this 1/1. I believe I have about 8,000 stitches so far. After I completed those 8,000 stitches, I decided that I didn't like the coverage that I was getting with 1/1. So I've been making the journey of redoing all 8,000 stitches that I've done and so I could proceed with 2/2 for the remainder of the project. I think she looks beautiful and I love how she looks, but I'm just mad at myself for not doing 2/2 in the first place. So we'll see when we finish her. She's she's a monster. Like, girl, she's thick. Look at this. But I think she's beautiful. So this is my first WIP. The next WIP that I have is one that was inspired by Katie at Red Stitchery. I don't think she's ever done this project, but because of her, I got really into searching for vintage patterns on eBay. And I found this really pretty pattern with an angel that is playing the harp. Some backstory on this is that my sister-in-law recently started playing the harp, and so when I saw this pattern on eBay, I thought it would be perfect for me to stitch this up for her so she could put this on display in the room where she plays her harp. So this is her. She's a pretty lady. She is a rather daunting project for me to have started. I feel like I started it rather delusionally because I went from just doing standard cross stitch to going to this really big project that has cross stitch, Kreinik, beads, and just she has a lot going on, which contributes to the reason why she's so pretty, but the delusion. But I mean, I guess I can't say delusion because I'm doing it, but she's gorgeous. I have a question for the community. I love keeping track of my stitches. It's cool to see how much progress I've done in a month or however long. How do y'all keep track of your stitches when it comes to working off of a paper chart? I've been using Markup XP for any PDF patterns that I have, but with this one, since I purchased it on eBay, I believe the pattern's from 1997, which is the year I was born, so she makes her even more special. But since I'm working off of a paper pattern, I have no idea how to keep track of the stitches that I've done. So I think for updates, I'm just gonna show like how she was and how she's looking now, because I'm not gonna be counting the number of stitches that I've done off of a paper chart. So if you have any tips, please let me know. The next project I have is one that's gonna be stunning after I finish it, but I don't know when that's gonna happen, like probably a few years from now. The pattern is Tapestry Cat by Teresa Wentzler. Here's my current standings on her. I feel like you could start to see the beginnings of the cat, and I've been jumping around the border. But this project is really hard to work on. There's so much like dual colors in one stitch, or like the putting of two DMC colors to make one symbol. That's probably the best way to say it. Anyway, it's taking me so long to do this, and I just want to have it completed because she's so pretty. Look at this. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'll probably see her in like, I'm gonna guess 3 years from now, because I've been picking it up less because it's a bit of a headache, but every time I do it, I'm like, oh my God, one step closer to seeing her done. The next WIP I have is a Dimensions vintage pattern from eBay. She's also from 1997, like me, just two vintage girlies. I love this one because I love cats. I love Christmas. I love cross stitch. Hello. Of the 6 ornaments, I've finished stitching one of them. She's such a cutie. I don't know if I should finish her up now and make her like a full FFO moment, or if I should wait till I stitch all 6 and do them all at once. I think she's so cute and I can't wait to do the other 5. The last WIP that I have is yet another eBay purchase. This one's from 1998 from Janlin. Please let me know if I said that wrong. It's really cute, teddy bears. I don't have kids. I don't know if I want kids, but if I do have kids, I want this to be in the nursery. And it's gonna take me a really long time to finish, so I might as well start now. This is all that I've stitched so far, just the border, but this is on Ada, so it's been stitching up rather quickly and it's a lot of fun. So I like going from Teresa Wentzler's tapestry cat because that gives me a headache to this fun cutie. So that's all the WIPs I have. Cross stitch has brought me so much joy into my life and I can't wait to make a few friends, maybe. In addition to showing my cross stitch updates, I also plan on maybe talking about movies. I have an AMC A-list pass, an A-lister. And because of that, me and my friends go see a lot of movies every week and I have a lot of thoughts. Please go watch Obsession. She's amazing. I love a movie that has horror and social commentary. I feel like those 2 genres align perfectly. Also watch The Substance, great movie. I also really love watching K-dramas. If someone has a K-drama recommendation, please let me know. I really want to learn how to speak Korean one day. So if anyone has experience with learning a new language as an adult, please let me know. With it being June, I also plan on participating in Strawberry Moon Cell. I purchased my pattern that I'm going to work on and I'm getting that all kitted up, so I'll probably show that in the next video. Also, happy Pride Month. I believe Lindy Stitches also announced a virtual event that she's hosting next month, so I'll probably be there even though I'm shy. I hope this video wasn't all over the place. I have diagnosed ADHD, so sometimes I'm a little all over the place and eye contact is hard for me to maintain, but I'm trying my best. Let me know how I did, and let's be friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.